Hey Francisco. So real quick, I started auditing your website and actually went further than I usually do and outlined the keywords that I would target specifically for you if I were to do SEO, search engine optimization, on your business. But first, I kind of want to give you a background about how SEO works, why it's good, and the different types of advertising you could be doing for your new company. So first of all, when somebody searches up, roofing company, Tacoma, Washington, or roofing contractors, or any other related service, you first have these things right here. This is Google guaranteed. It's also known as local service ads. You also will have Google ads occasionally. So these are Google ads. Sometimes they're at the top and they're always at the bottom as well. So these are the best type of leads you can get. If you can get Google ad guaranteed ads, those are great, but they cost money. These ones are also great. They cost even more money than the Google guaranteed does. The best type of leads to get is the ones coming from your Google My Business listing and generated from your own website, ranking on Google. The people who find you ranking on Google trust you the most, and they convert the highest out of any kind of lead source you can buy. So you'll be closing a lot more of the leads if they come in organically through Google, as compared to getting them from Facebook ads, because the people who are clicking on your ad on Facebook aren't necessarily searching right at that moment for a roof replacement, emergency roof repair, or those types of buyer intent keywords. So they're not usually as hot of leads, and they take a lot more work to close, and the close rate is usually a lot lower. So that's why it's super important for a long-term mindset and long-term goal to try to rank your own business #1 in Google for your website, as well as rank your Google My Business listing in the top 3 of the map. So I'll go over a couple of the ranking factors, starting with the website. So let's look at this guy. He's ranking for this specific keyword. He's got a little video. He's got a click to call button, so if you click on it, it automatically dials. That's useful for people who are using their phones especially. It's also good to have a chat bot. This is Podium. I used to use them. I have my own CRM that I set up. I usually include it in the websites we do. That allows people to text you directly from your website as well. You'll want to have lots of call to actions. That's really good that he has that. Form submissions is a good way that they can describe what they're looking for. You want to have a different page for each one of your services. So if you do roof replacement, roof maintenance, add-ons, if you do commercial roofing, if you work with insurance, storm claims, damage, if you do siding, gutters, doors, windows, those are all really common. But yeah, essentially you want to have a lot of content on your website. So notice how many pages this guy has. He has a page for roof repairs, he has multiple pages for roof replacements, all sorts of things. Pages about financing, warranties, those are all great. The more content you have, the more you're able to tell Google what your business is about, and the better they are at showing you your website to the people who are searching for your services. As of now, your website has such little amount of words on the whole page, only 300 words total, that the Google bots that are crawling your website don't really know what your website is about. So if you put your website here, this is one of my SEO tools. It's showing that you're only being found and indexed by Google for 3 keywords, and it's just your name, roofing companies, Tacoma, Washington, and Tacoma roofing companies. And you're currently ranked on the 9th page of Google for this one, 8th page of Google for this one, and 2nd page of Google for your own brand name. So not ranking super well, or not really ranking at all right now. And aside from getting lots more content on the home page, at least 1,000 words, 1,500 is ideal. multiple pages for all of the services, a page for reviews, a page for gallery, a page for about you guys, what makes you special, a contact us page. So instead of having it all on one page, that's really important to do. Also, I would suggest fixing some of these things, like these links. It just goes to a page about Wix. That's not good. And none of these phone numbers are clickable. So, like how you saw his, if you click on it, it automatically dials. Yours, it doesn't. So those are some other things that you'd want to fix if you were to rebuild the website or change it to optimize it. This is how I would suggest laying out your website, but it depends on what your services are and what you specialize in. Like, for example, if you specialize in metal roofing, you might want to add a metal roofing page. If you don't really do commercial, we can take that off. If you don't do the exterior construction, we can take that off. The less pages you have, the cheaper it is for us to make the website, because there's less content we have to write and less we have to build. But you won't be able to be ranking for those keywords. The more content and more pages we have, the more keywords we're able to fit in the content of the website, and later on, the more rankings you'll get. So these are the top keywords that I wanted to show you that your competitors are currently ranking for. So Tacoma Roofing Contractor gets searched 250 times every month. If you're ranked number 1 for this keyword, you're going to get about a third of that traffic. So over, around 90 traffic per month just from this one keyword. Usually about 10 to 20% of the traffic to your website becomes a lead. So if you're getting 100 traffic from maybe these two keywords, you'll get about 10 leads per month just from ranking from those two keywords. So that's kind of how SEO affects your bottom line. The drawback of SEO is it takes a long time. So you're going to need to invest for multiple months. Usually roofing, it takes about a year, to be honest. You'll start getting rankings before then, maybe around month 4, month 3, we'll start getting leads coming in through your Google My Business listing, and so you'll already get an ROI because it doesn't take very much. Only takes 1 or 2 roofs per month closed from the advertising to make it profitable, because roofing is a fairly profitable niche. But in a year from now, you'll be getting so many leads that your ROI is just huge from SEO. The other advertising method I suggested you do is Google Guaranteed, and that ROI is immediate because those leads are coming in as you pay for them. But I suggest splitting your budget, maybe 50-50, doing around $750 a month on SEO for the long term, and then around $600 to $700 a month on Google Guaranteed ads, or any other ad service that you like. If you are really like Angie's List or whatever, people buy those leads too. I don't really like them, but you can, immediate leads. You could do Facebook ads too, if that's your ballpark. I run all of those things. It just depends on what type of leads you want to be going for. But SEO is the long-term game to build your business, and so that's what I'd recommend doing, making pages for all of these things. I'd also, if you work in Lakewood and Federal Way, there is some decent search traffic in Lakewood as well, and it looks like it's pretty close to you. So I would make a page about Lakewood, a page about Federal Way, an extra page about Tacoma. Those are called location pages or neighborhood pages. It's just another way to get additional content with the target keywords in the content, if that makes sense. So after you have all of your content done and you are you have a good website, it loads quickly, it has good pictures, it shows your reviews, talks about your company, what makes you guys good. The next step, you're indexed for all of these keywords. The next step is to get Google to trust your website above the other websites. So the way you do that is through getting something called backlinks. So if we look at your competitor here, I assume if they're ranking, so they're getting around 400 traffic per month. That's pretty good. They're probably getting at least 40 leads per month just from their website, and then let alone their Google My Business listing. So they have 478 backlinks. Let's see just the do follow backlinks. What a backlink is, I don't want to go too technical for you because you probably won't want to do this yourself anyways, but just so you understand, a backlink is your website being linked to on another website. So whenever you fill out a profile on a directory, like Home Advisor profile, Angie's List, Yellow Pages, etc., you leave a link to your website, and that is called a citation or directory backlink. So they're not very powerful, because they're free, but there's lots of different ways to get backlinks, and some of them are more powerful than others. For example, your competitor, he has BBB, Porch.com, Owler, Roof.info, Best Improvers, etc. There's also press releases where you submit information about your company to news websites and they publish it. There's guest blogging where you write a blog article and you publish it on other related roofing blogs and they give a link back to your website, and lots of other ways to backlink. So what I do, if you were to pay me to rank your website, is each month we would go and copy all of the backlinks of one of your competitors. We would submit a press release about your company. We would get some guest posts. We would build over 100 to 200 backlinks per month, depending on the competition and your budget, in order to rank your website on Google. So that's called off-page SEO. There's two parts of SEO. On-page SEO is fixing the website, getting it all optimized with the right keywords. Off-page SEO is getting all the directories, the citations, and the backlinks to rank your website and getting more than your competitor. So hopefully that makes sense. Just kind of wanted to give you the rundown of how it kind of works. The other thing I didn't go into yet is the GMB. So ranking here is super important. There's a couple of different suggestions I wrote down earlier to rank yours. So first off, you need a lot more reviews. You only have one review right now. So getting at least 25 reviews, getting your business listed in a lot of citations, relevant directories, adding categories. Right now you only have 2 categories, roofing contractor and service establishment. So I would get rid of service establishment and add in some of these other categories that are relevant to your services. Also adding your service areas: Tacoma, Washington, Federal Way, Lakewood. Writing an optimized business description, adding photos and keywords, naming your photos as keywords and then uploading them to your business listing is also super good. And then posting updates on your Google business listing as well. So Lobo, let's see. It didn't look like you had any of those optimizations done quite yet. Yeah, so service establishment, roofing contractor, you don't have any photos. So there's a lot of work you need to do on optimizing your GMB, because roofing is pretty competitive. So as it is now, it's not going to be found by anyone probably, unless they're specifically looking up your brand. Anyways, we can help you with all of that stuff. I look forward to calling you in a couple hours, and let me know if you have any questions about the video. Thanks.